I don't think that there was an option here that was going to achieve the goals that were set out for sanctions. It is one thing to sanction an island economy like Cuba, which has been under sanctions for many decades and has suffered enormously from the sanctions, or an economy which is essentially a pure resource economy like Venezuela. Again, very difficult for an economy in that position to meet all of its requirements under extensive sanctions from the United States and secondary sanctions and all of that. This is not Russia. Russia is not in this position. Russia has 1/6 of the landmass of the world. It has maybe 20 or 30% of the world's resources. It has 145 million people. It has extreme competence in science and technology and engineering. It has, after the chaos of the 1990s, it has developed a reasonably effective relationship between the state, the parastatal sector, major corporations like Gazprom, and the private sector. And so it was in a position to adjust to the sanctions. And also, of course, it has trading partners. Many of them did not impose the sanctions, the most important of them being, of course, China, but that was also true. The sanctions have not been imposed by major Latin American countries, Brazil, Mexico. They've certainly not been imposed by African countries. They've not been imposed by the BRICS. So Russia is by no means, this is a situation in which the sanctions were imposed by one important sector of the world economy, which then cut itself off from resources that it needs, and that's particularly true in Western Europe, in return for cutting Russia off from various things that Russia doesn't really need and could do without and could adjust to the absence of. And that process has been going on since 2014, but accelerated greatly in 2022, 23.